We are live. I I'm Nick,
Jay.
and we are the Star Childs, and we make videos about Reddit. Am I the a-hole or relationship advice? Usually, we go live once a week on Sundays, usually around 7 p.m. But today, we're going a little bit early because we're a new channel and no one's really watching our lives. Let's be real. And I go ahead and I chop up these videos anyway to make them smaller videos so people can enjoy at their leisure. So those ones get views. So I'll just focus on that for now, and we go live when we want to go live. So deal with that. But we do appreciate people who do show up to the live or who watch it afterwards. So yeah, thank you. A little bit about us: we're married, we're queer.
I have to sneeze. Okay, no, sorry.
That's okay. You can have bodily function. We're married, we're queer, and we live abroad. Right now, we're living in Guatemala. So doing a lot of Central American travel. So if you saw any of our last videos, we had a different background because we were in a different country. So now we live here for now, for the foreseeable future. But yeah, we're gonna do some "Am I the a-hole?" questions. Got quite a few to get through, and we'll share our opinions. We have a lot of life experience, I would say, and we have a lot of opinions. So should be interesting. Jay has lots and lots of opinions.
Oh, excuse me. There
it goes. You're cooking beans. So
there's pepper. There's pepper in the air.
Yeah, so it makes sense. I'm surprised I haven't sneezed. But if you hear any sirens, there's one going off right now, we live in this big city, so you're gonna hear sirens.
Almost 1 million people.
Almost 1 million people in the city. Where we were at before, it was only 200,000 plus people, so it was much smaller. But this is a real deal city. And we're also near an airport, so sometimes you'll hear.
Oh yeah, planes. The airplanes might be a little loud.
You're just gonna have to deal with that. But yeah, let's get into these. Am I the a-hole?
I'm excited.
Oh, you're excited.
These are fun. I think they're really fun.
Oh, I'm glad you like them.
I used to read these just for fun anyway.
Oh, so now we get to share our very biased opinions about what's going on. Let me see what we look like. Okay, I like to make us a little bit different. I like to put us at the bottom. Aquí. Okay. At the bottom. All right, so let's get into abajo. Yes.
I know you're not gonna remember that.
My Spanish is so bad. It's so bad. Oh, I saw lightning.
She's coming. We heard the thunder earlier.
She's
giving
coming.
Us some warning.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into this. This is the first one. It is. Shall I read them?
Yeah.
All right. Am I the a-hole for refusing to move my husband country and live in his hometown? Probably removed to his country. All right. I, female, recently married my husband. We are from different countries and we met in my country. I will leave our personal details out for privacy reasons. We've been together for around 5 years. One of the terms of our marriage is that I will move to live my life in his country in a few years. Obviously, English is their second language. Okay, we'll forgive that. I never been to his country and city before coming here for wedding and vacation. After spending some time here, I realized I can't imagine myself living here in his city rest of my life. I told my husband this and asked, can we compromise on living in bigger city in his country, to which he said no and told me if I can't accept that, we will have to get divorced. We had a lot of hard and emotional conversations, and he said I am breaking apart our marriage and being asshole. As last compromise, I said I can compromise on living there only if we live in gated, much nicer suburb of his city. He told me that we can try, but if we haven't accomplished that, he will still move to his hometown, and I can choose to go or stay in my country and get divorced. I really don't know what to do. In one hand, I want to be happy in my life, but in other hand, I want to spend my life with him. I know I am one who went back on promise, but I really had no idea what I was signing up for.
Damn, that's hard.
That's super hard.
That's rough.
I would say that's kind of honestly her fault, though. To a degree, because you agreed to something before actually visiting the place and staying there. You only been there for your marriage and for the wedding and the vacation, so you had no idea what you were agreeing to.
That's true.
Like, that's pretty ballsy to just like, oh yeah, I'll come live in your place I've never visited.
Yeah, I would do something like that.
That's a terrible
I
idea.
know. I didn't say it was good, but like I make horrible decisions sometimes.
Also, I think it's really telling that your husband is like so quick to be like, oh, we're getting divorced then.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Like, he's why? Is it because he really needs to be like near his family? Like, why is he so set on you guys have to live there?
I feel like that's kind of telling too about his like disposition. If he's like totally like, oh no, then we're getting a divorce.
All or nothing.
All or nothing. You agree to this, and so we're just doing this. Which I get. Like, he's like, you made a promise, but at the same time, you have to understand that he came to your country and he lived in your country. He liked it, and then he met you, and you guys were together, and then now you're going to go to his country, but you had never been there.
Yeah.
So that's
a little manipulative on his part, making her agree to live somewhere that she's never been before.
Yeah. Forever.
Yeah.
not for a few years.
Like forever.
And also she's saying like where they're living, it sounds like it's too rural because she wants to live in a big city or in a gated community. So it sounds like it's a little bit rough.
Yeah.
Where he's living. And she's like, I ain't about that life. Yeah. Man, that sucks. Are you an asshole? No. Did you make a was this bad decision and bad planning? Yes, yeah, absolutely. This is like, why would you get married to anyone and not have really deep conversations like this before you get married, right? Like, why would you agree to something so big without really talking it through about like, what happens if I don't like it? What happens if we don't have any money? What happens this? What happens if your family passes away? Like, what are the other variables of the situation?
Yeah. I mean, 5 years, that's a long time.
To be together?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Before getting married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not have had this conversation.
Yeah.
But agreed to go live in their country. I feel like, no, you're not an asshole, but you made a bad decision. Both of you made a bad decision, honestly. And what do you do?
I don't know. Maybe I would give it a try, even though she doesn't like it initially. You're already married. It's either this or get a divorce. So might as well just rock it out for a couple years and see if you can handle. Maybe still see if he'll like negotiate, or at least be like, well, look, I gave it a try and this is not working for me. Like, can we, I don't know. He said he's open to doing like a gated community or somewhere in a bigger city. So maybe just keep pushing for that, I guess, if you really love them. That's what I would do.
That's what you would do. For me, I feel like if you went there for the wedding and the vacation and you didn't like it, you already know you don't like it. You're really clear on it. So like, it's probably not going to change, but I do understand like trying to give it a go, but I would put a time frame on it. I would be like, well, one, like, we have to live in the nicer suburb like you agreed to. And then if it's like, if that doesn't happen, when I come there and in 6 months to a year, my feelings haven't changed, then yeah, we're going to have to get a divorce because I'm not going to like live in a place I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go though. If this happened to me, I don't know. Personally, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not going to live in this country. Like I came, I saw it, I visited, I wasn't comfortable. I'm not going to live here. Like I'm not going to be uncomfortable just so you can be comfortable. And that sucks. That means you lose the person you really loved, but it's like, well, you planned incorrectly. Yeah. You made bad choices, and these are the consequences of the choices. You're going to lose some person you love because you didn't plan correctly for a major life decision.
Yeah.
That's how I mean, it seems really harsh, but I feel like, I don't know, life's too short. You might, to like not be happy. You're like, okay, I'm going to move to this country for this one person that I love.
Right. And be miserable. Of your life.
And be miserable.
I could see if it was maybe like, okay, we'll live here for the first like X amount of years, and then maybe we can.
I wouldn't agree to
X somewhere else together.
I wouldn't agree to X amount of nothing. Years, months, years. You know, if you don't like something within a few months. Years?
Yeah, I would still give it a chance.
You're so nice. That's good to know. If I tried to make you do that, but I wouldn't. I mean, like, we're from the same. We don't have the same situation because we're from the same country, and we both don't want to be in that country. So it's a little.
From the same state.
We're from the same state.
Yeah.
Like, so. Yeah, no. I don't have the same empathy. Because I haven't had the experience of meeting someone out of who lived from a different country. No,
I
but
think if I really love someone, I would try to make it work.
very
Even
nice of
if
you.
my initial was sort of like, I don't really like this place. But you know, maybe you could find things that'll make you like it, or like find other people, like other friends who would make you like it. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes first impressions aren't always great. That goes for locations as well. Maybe she just didn't get a great first impression. I would give it another chance.
You're so nice. I feel the complete opposite.
I know.
I'm like, when I go places and I get the impression that I get is the impression that I get. I've been
Yeah.
to many places in the United States, and I'm like, that impression that I got from the people I interacted with is how I think about that place from now on, and for good or bad. And I'm like, I won't go back to certain places because of the way that I felt or I was treated.
That's true, and I can respect that.
I'm just like, I don't want to. I don't need to figure it out again.
I will make the effort to make places work for me. And that's what I did with Portland.
Mm-hmm.
My initial reaction to Portland was like, "Ooh, I don't know." And then I left, and then I came back, and I was like, "You know what? I'm going to make this work," and I did. I made it work. It wasn't perfect, but I made it work for me.
Okay, and then speaking to that, you convinced me to go back there.
I did, and it did not work.
And point to this out too, and this is like this is maybe my reaction to this, because I had already been to Portland and I did not have a positive experience.
That's right.
And I was like, it wasn't good, but you're kind of hyping it up. I was like, maybe I'm wrong. I'll go back and give it a try. I go back, and this was just a visit. I was only there for a few days, and I was like, this is not really my place. We go back. I go back there with you for a year and a half because kind of had to because of like finances and things, and I hated it. You did absolutely fucking hated it. There were no silver linings.
Yeah,
I was right.
It was pretty bad when we went, and I think that my experience was probably unique to my situation.
Your situation, yeah. But I feel like that's why like my perspective on this is so black and white, because I'm like, I had already had a bad experience going someplace and then like tried to make the best of it after being convinced to go back, and it was like, no, actually I didn't like it. And I tried to be open-minded and embrace the culture, and I was like, no, this place is not for me.
Yeah, no.
Mm-mm. No, you know when you know.
That's true.
Like, that's true. If you've already been there for the wedding, you were already there for vacation, you know you don't like it, so you're not going to be happy. I don't think you will be. But maybe you are a very flexible person, and like you said, maybe you can find some silver linings and some interesting people to make it a better situation.
I mean, that's what I had to do. I found a community that like made it work for me. So
good luck. You're not the.
Let's see what other people are saying.
You're not the asshole, but I still do think that you made a bad choice. All right. This person's asking, like, what do you mean the terms of your marriage? Yeah, see the same thing. Yeah. Why did you agree to live someplace you've never been? All right, what's this person says? Yeah, the whole if you're looking at a gated community, this doesn't sound like moving from the U.S. to Ireland or France to Canada. The original poster says his city has much more nice and gated suburb, and I could push myself and accept to live there. Maybe this half. I am from Europe. He is from Africa. His city is a place I have never been to and really didn't from where I am from, and not to sound mean, but not developed at all. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Does make a lot of sense.
If you're from Europe,
and he's from Africa, and he is like, no, we got to live in Africa, and you're used to like European standards. Yeah, that would be a huge
some parts of Africa, like every state and every country in Africa. Every country in Africa has parts of it that are developed and like modern, but a lot of it isn't, right? And even in the modern spots, you still have to deal with like certain issues like rolling blackouts and things like that, or like inconsistencies in infrastructure. And so, like, if that's a big change to go.
It's a huge change. It's a huge cultural
shock. And if he's probably living a little bit more rural.
Yeah,
and that's hard. That's tough. This person says, you are from Eastern Europe. He is African. Can you move somewhere else in the world with a larger community from his country so that he can still enjoy the presence of his people, but you are also comfortable. No, he's not even willing to agree to live in bigger city in his country. Okay.
Wow. So he's like, no,
No.
it's my hometown or nothing.
Yeah, this is to me is all kind of a red flag. Original poster, reading the original posters. Country is not difficult to visit, but region where is his hometown is difficult to visit. Even locals from different regions can't get easy inside. One of the biggest reasons I don't like the place is because of economic problems, lack of decent health care. I am chronically ill. I wasn't informed how bad is economic situation there and how corrupt is government, and I was made to believe place is more developed. So you felt like you were lied to, but you didn't do your own research. And she's saying she's not against living in the country, just would prefer a different city, bigger, safer, cleaner, and more developed, which is fair. But I'm like, also like, yeah, you were sold something, but you didn't do your own research.
True.
I don't know, man. This is your problem. I wouldn't call you an asshole, but I would call this is your problem. And you have to deal with the fact that also, you know, African men come from a very traditional society of where it's like we're married and you do what I say.
Yep.
So he's the head of the household kind of culture.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know what you're going to do. You're going to either have to accept it or you're going to have to leave.
Yeah, someone's asking, did you check the place online while you were dating? Other people are asking, why in the world would you agree to move somewhere to live permanently in a country you know nothing about?
And she says, in my mind, I had a really different picture of the place. Only thing which he asked for and we agreed was living in his hometown in future. I asked, can we go before wedding there so I can see the place, but we never did. I know it was stupid on my behalf. Yes, it was. Yeah. But that sounds very controlling. Like he didn't want you to see what it looked like.
No, trust me, it's fine. Like,
Yep. I think people agree kind of with what I'm saying in terms of it's just a bad decision. So she's saying that she just never had a chance to visit because it's hard to get there anyway. And she was saying that earlier, that even locals have a hard time getting to his particular town.
Yeah.
That's a bad sign.
That is a bad sign.
Girl.
Yeah. And the fact that he's like making it a hard, like, it's either here or nothing, that is kind of a red flag as to like, how are other decisions in your marriage going to go?
I would say run to the hills.
Yeah, you should probably just
divorce. Just let it go. Your heart will hurt for a year and then you'll get over it. Trust me. You'll be fine. Yeah. We good on this one?
Yeah.
Let's move on. I'm like kind of irritated by it. Like, girl, just break up with him. All right, the next one. Am I the a-hole for sharing my happiness, contentment on my recent job success with some close friends and family?
What? Okay.
All right.
No.
I recently got into a new line of work that tripled my take-home salary to something I never imagined. I shared the details, including the day rate I got offered, to some close people. Recently, they've made some little comments and have flat out asked me how much I spend on some new things in a way where they're judging me, including poking fun at me by insinuating I'm snobby. I only wanted to share my happiness and excitement over something I've worked really hard to get. I'm thinking you should never share info like this to anyone, regardless now, unless it was your spouse, partner. So.
Yeah, probably. I can understand her happiness and wanting to share, but like people are petty, including your family.
Yes. So. Unfortunately, like, you know, people say don't talk about money, which is ridiculous. Like, I think people should talk more about money. That's why people have so many financial problems, is because they don't talk about it. Mm-hmm. But it also does create jealousy in people, and people get envious of like what you're doing. And then, the way for them to handle that is, because they're immature, is to poke fun at you and make you feel bad for even having money, because they feel inadequate or they don't have enough, so they have to project. They're literally projecting it, projecting that insecurity, which is, it's unfortunate that you're like super excited. You're like, oh my God, this is the most money I've ever made in my life. I want to share that, like, oh, I made this much. And then people are like, ooh, you think you're so cool. You're spending money like you're like judging you for spending money. Like you could just spend money on something like that. That's such a dumb decision. Or like telling you
must be nice.
Yeah, like snobby, making them being snobby, but acting like you feel like you're snobby.
Feel bad. Like, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Sorry, your family's being a dick about
it said close people. They didn't say exactly if it was family or not,
Yeah.
but probably it was probably.
It's probably
Well, they said close friends and family. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Unfortunately, I would say yeah. Unfortunately, you tell them so they already know, so it's too late. Like they already know your business. But yeah, would I bring it up? No, I would like not bring it up anymore. And in fact, I would make a boundary. I'd be like, I would tell people straight up. I'm like, you guys are making fun of me for my new success, and it doesn't feel good. So I'm not going to talk about money at all with you.
Yeah.
Like, don't ask me for money. Don't talk about money with me. We're just going to talk about what we used to talk about, and that's it. Like, we don't need to talk about the fact that I have more money now.
It sucks that you don't get to share that part of your life with your family, but like now you know. So you're not the asshole. They're the assholes.
Absolutely. And they fucked up too, because like for me personally, when I started making more money, like I'm a very generous person. I feel like when I started making more money, I wanted to share it with my friends and family. So I was like always like, I'm gonna pay for the bill. I'm gonna do, I'm gonna buy people gifts. And I would tell people all the time, I'd be like, I might not always have it. It might not be here forever, so that's why I'm doing this. And that's kind of the case now. Even though we're living abroad, people think I have money. I'm like, I don't have money. No. I don't have any money. But like it's gone. That money is gone now in terms of what I used to make. And I'm like, yeah, things come and go, and you should be grateful and generous. But like if people are going to be unappreciative or jealous, and it's like, well, to me, I'm like, when people are like that, I'm like, cut them out of your life. I'm very quick to cut people out of my life, and for acting immature or jealous or anything like that. I'm like, there's no point in me entertaining that or having space for that kind of behavior in my life. So
it sucks. It's kind of a like a rude awakening. It's like a hard lesson to learn when you're trying to share your joy, and the people closest to you end up just like shutting you down.
Yep.
And so it makes you sort of reevaluate your relationship with them. Be like, okay, I guess I can't share this part of my life with them anymore. And you shouldn't feel bad about that for making that decision. It sucks.
You have to think about, like, this was just money. Like, think about any other success you have in your life. Whenever has this happened before? Have you shared like really successful things in your life and people have made you feel bad about it? Or are they going to make you feel bad about it from now on? Because they'll be like, oh, it's because you have money. That's why you're getting these things. It's
then they're not at the maturity level that you need them to be, and you shouldn't surround yourself with people who are more immature than you, or at least keep them that close. Yeah. But it sucks. It's like, that's your family, and it's like, no, I mean,
family and close friends. Are they really your close friends, or are they really your family? Something you might have to think about. I know that's kind of extreme, but sometimes people change when money's around.
They do. They show you who
they really are. And you should believe them.
And then keep them at a distance. You could still be cordial. You can still say, happy birthday, happy holidays, but you don't have to share your details anymore, which is sad. You should mourn that part, but don't get hung up on it because you're not the asshole.
And if people bring that up, they're like, oh, you're not talking to us anymore. I feel like honesty is the best medicine. And I would tell them, I'd be like, I told you about the fact that I got a raise, and you guys like essentially made fun of me and abused me for it. So like, why would I tell you about anything else in my life? I just be straight up, be like, you have given me a reason not to tell you any more details about my life. So that's it. And then what are they going to say to that? And if they react in a very like defensive way, that also tells you like exactly how that you were correct.
Or try to backtrack and be like, oh, we were just joking. Like, well, I don't joke like that.
No, that's not joking. No.
Let's see what other people have to say. This was only like a couple hours ago, though. So.
Yeah. Not the asshole. You didn't share money details with people, though. You didn't share money. You were excited and trying to share that. In the future, just share the excitement of the success and just say a raise. Never give details, because you never know which people are going to think they can get something from you or are going to judge what you do with said money. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that's the only person who like.
Yeah.
Not the asshole. Your family seems jealous. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's
unfortunate.
Clearly. I mean, that's what's going on.
Congratulations. Take your success and keep moving forward.
Make sure you are investing your money and saving your money, so you don't, if things happen and you end up losing this job, you have some backup before you can get your next job. It's really important. People get new money and then they do kind of spend it recklessly because they don't know how to manage it. So that's like something I would keep in mind is take some classes, watch some YouTube videos about money management. It's really important. All right, let's go to the next one. All right. Am I the asshole for not letting my husband choose our kid's name? All right, this is interesting. Okay, when I was pregnant with our first child, my husband and I agreed that if we had a daughter, I'll choose a name that he likes to, and if it's a boy, he'll choose. It ended up a girl, and I chose the name Natalia. My husband said that he loves the name, and we went with it. Now, a few weeks ago, we found out that this pregnancy is also a girl. I told him he could choose, and after a few days, he told me the name he decided on. But it's a similar name to a girl who bullied me in high school. That's hard. I asked him to choose something else, and so he did, and I didn't like it. This situation kept repeating itself until the due date came, and he hadn't decided anything. After I delivered, the nurse asked for the baby's name, and I told her that we don't know. My husband gave a few more ideas that I said no to. He got annoyed at me and said I'm disagreeing with all of his choices and that he had no objections to Natalia, which I feel like is unfair since he liked the name. It's not my fault. I don't like any of his choices. We got into a fight and I ended up yelling that I'm the one who had this child, so if we can't agree on a name, I'll name her something I like without asking him. Now he's pissed at me and I don't know if I overreacted. I just want my kid's name to be perfect. Am I the asshole? You're low key the asshole. Okay, only because you're not the asshole for the first reason, like that first name reminded you of your bully from high school. Totally understandable to be like, absolutely not. Like, we're not gonna be naming my kid so I can have I
could be triggered
and have PTSD about things that happened to me when I was younger. Totally. But the fact that he kept coming up with names and you didn't like it, that is very interesting. Because I'm like, why didn't you like brainstorm with him?
Yeah. Why does it have to be a solo endeavor?
Like, if he kept coming up with these names and you didn't like it, why you're like, okay, I don't really like that name. You could have like came up with some ideas, like, what about a variation of this kind of name or this kind of name? Like, you didn't give any feedback. You're just like, I don't like them. No. Didn't give any kind of, there was no conversation. It was just like, no. And then you waited until the baby, you guys didn't have a conversation about it at all in more detail. And then the baby comes and you still don't have a name. You're kind of the asshole there.
She says she wants her kid's name to be perfect. That doesn't exist.
That does not exist.
And your kid may not like the name.
May not.
Your kid might change their name.
Yep. Might go by their middle name because they don't like the first name.
Yeah. So you don't really have any control over the perfection of the name.
No. And at that point, I'm like, just name whatever your. If you don't know, then I'm like, okay, then what's the husband's name and make it a female version of that name. Yeah. At that point, yeah. I'm like, you guys don't know. Well, we're gonna name it after the dad. Then she's gonna be a junior. Mm-hmm. Shit, who cares? Maybe his name is Roberta.
Right? Yeah.
like figure something out, and you can call the kid another name. A lot of people name their kid and then have a nickname for their kid. Anyway. Yeah. So it doesn't even really matter that much.
It doesn't have to be perfect. I think you're putting too much on this.
But I'm just like, you waited until the kid was born and y'all hadn't agreed on anything? That's wild. You had plenty of time.
Yeah. Because
you find out the sex of the baby, like 3 or 4 months in? Something like that. Yeah. Like really early. So you had months of conversation to be like brainstorming with him. And no, you just saying, no, I don't like your choices. No. Wow.
It's not your fault that you don't like any of his choices, but it is your responsibility to
communicate
and reach a agreement
and consensus together. Like at that point, you're like, okay, you have a conversation. You're like, okay, all these choices you're making, I'm sorry, I don't really like them. Can we come up with a decision together?
Yeah,
is that okay? Like, and then go from there. If he says yes or no, and it's like, okay, well, if it's no, then be like, okay, I want you to come to me with a list of names. Don't come to me with one name at a time. Come to me with a list of names that you like, and then I can cross out all the names I don't like, and we can decide.
She'd probably end up crossing out all of them. So maybe you guys should do this together. You should apologize for yelling, and I think that's a little too much. But you could blame it on the hormones, but you should still apologize.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what other people say.
See what other people say. All right. Yeah, you're the asshole. There are no perfect names.
No.
It is pretty incredible that after you rejected the name of an old childhood nemesis, reasonable that every single name he suggested for months apparently was a no, and you still aren't sure if you're the asshole. If you wanted to have the whole exclusive say and last word on the name, you shouldn't have offered to let him pick it. No wonder he's pissed at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people are saying you're the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have really apologized to your husband. Better make it a genuine apology because I'm sorry, all your name suggestions for our kids sucks. Or yeah, just saying like you should.
Yeah.
Sure.
I want my kid's name to be perfect. No, you don't. You just want to be the one to name your kid because any name you choose is going to be 10 times better than your husband's suggestions and therefore will be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are a bit of the well. This is very significant, and most people think she's the asshole. Just give him a list of your top 20 favorite girls' names. Let him choose that from that list. Yeah, that too. Yeah, like you come up with the list and have him choose. Then, if it's that such a big deal. Yeah. Yep. Most people think you're the asshole. Did she respond back? Doesn't look like that.
No.
She probably saw that she was the asshole and it was like, oh, I'm not gonna respond to any of this. But yeah, pretty much what we said.
Yeah.
It's like there's no perfect baby name. You are the asshole for saying no to every name.
Yeah, just let him pick a name. That's fine.
It's fine. You pick the middle name, and then you can just call the girl by her middle name, and he calls her by her first name. Kids can have two names.
Yeah, they can.
It's fine.
Also, it's just a name. Get over it.
It's not that serious. It's really not that serious. But people make it very serious, and it really isn't. Okay, moving on. All right, next.
Do we have anyone in the room?
Is there anyone in the room? I doubt it.
We should still check.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you, people don't watch this. Check. It's fine. They watch the videos that I cut up later. All right. Am I the asshole for not giving my brother my lottery winnings despite his financial struggles?
No.
Yeah, the answer is no.
Don't
but
owe anybody anything.
Never. All right, let's read it. I, 28 female, recently won a significant amount of money in the lottery. It wasn't a jackpot, but it was enough to make a big difference in my life. Around $500,000 pre-tax.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, but pre-tax, that means she's getting about $300,000.
Yeah.
It's still a lot of money. I've always been pretty careful with money, and I plan to use it to pay off my student loans, put a down payment on a house, and maybe start a small business I've always dreamed of.
Very responsible. Good on you.
Also, you need to save some of this and put it into investments, but okay. Mm-hmm. My brother, 23 male.
32.
Sorry, 32. Oh my God. I'm like dyslexic. All right, 32 male found out about my winnings through our parents. He's been struggling financially for years due to poor money management and some bad luck. And he has a lot of debt. He called me and congratulated me, then immediately asked if I could help him out by giving him $30,000 to pay off his debts to get back on his feet. I sympathize with his situation, but I feel like giving him such a large amount of money won't really solve his problems in the long term. I've seen him blow through money before, and I worry that this would just be another cycle.
It would be.
It would. I told him that I'm willing to help him create a budget plan and even give him a smaller amount, like $5,000, to help with immediate needs, but he got really upset. He accused me of being selfish and not caring about family. Mm-hmm. Our parents are split on the issue. My mom thinks I should help him out because family helps family, but my dad agrees that my brother needs to learn to manage his own finances. I feel conflicted because I do care about my brother, but I also believe in being responsible with my money and making sure it lasts. Am I the asshole for not giving my brother a larger portion of my lottery winnings despite his financial struggles? Nope.
He's just going to blow it.
He is going to blow it. If he doesn't know how to manage his money now, he's not going to learn how to manage it when you give him $50K.
No.
Or even when you gave him $30K. No. Even if you gave him $5K, he's not going to know how to manage it. No. He's going to blow that money. And the thing that, okay, you're going to rock this. Don't rock it. Don't rock this. Sorry. Don't move your body too much. The thing that you should do, what you offered, I would be like, I will pay for a money management I would pay for someone to go over your money and to help you come up with a plan, but I'm not giving you cash directly. Absolutely not, because
No.
you have shown that you don't know how to manage your money, so you're just going to waste it. And I am under no obligation to give you money. You can call me selfish all you want, but either you're going to take the help that I'm giving you, or you're not going to take any at all, and you can just be mad at me. Like,
it's totally okay to make your money financial assistance conditional.
Yes.
Especially since he's got a track record of not being able to manage his finances. No, you should not feel bad at all. Family helps family, but like you giving him a lump sum of cash would not be actually helping him.
No.
You'd be hurting yourself.
Hurting yourself, and you would be enabling him
Yes.
to continue his bad habits.
Yeah.
So no, like, I think it's so funny, like, people who project selfishness. I'm like, you are selfish for asking me to give my money to you when you're not a responsible person. That is a selfish act.
Yeah.
That you're being the selfish one. And it's like, no, I care about you and I love you and I know who you are. So I'm not going to give you a whole bunch of money to blow. I'm going to help you by like paying for a professional to help you manage your money so you can get back on track. That's what you need.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sure brother feels some type of way because sister is younger. And he's probably like, how dare you tell me what to do? It's like, well,
manage your money better.
Yeah.
And if you're the thing about your parents, I'd be like, well, mom, you guys can help him.
Yeah.
I'd be like, if you feel that way that we should be helping him, then why aren't you helping him? You're his mother, so you should be giving him some money then. Why do I have to give him money?
Yeah. No, dad is right.
Dad is totally right.
Yeah.
Like, no, he needs to learn how to manage his own finances. $30,000? That's wild.
That's a lot. Yeah, he doesn't need $30K from you.
No.
He's just going to blow it on dumb shit.
Yep.
Especially if he already has debts. No.
No, you're not the asshole.
Absolutely not. No. He's the asshole.
Yeah. You want to see the peoples?
Yeah. Let's see if OP came back with anything.
Not the asshole. It's your money. Do with it what you wish. After taxes, it will seem to be a lot of money, but do the math on your own expenses in your life, and you will realize it won't last nearly as long as it might seem. Yeah. Yep. Give yourself some buffer. This family helps family seems to be the universal go-to line from other family members who are the enablers of bad behavior and are not willing to help out anyone themselves. Yep. If he can't properly manage his finances, giving him more money isn't going to help if the root cause is financial mismanagement.
Yep.
No, exactly.
Money problems are rarely solved with more money.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Studies that basically give money to people living below the poverty line do show that money does help money problems. Actually, this doesn't seem to be OP's brother situation. So here, financial planning does seem to be necessary, but this is actually more likely to be the exception than the other way around.
That's true.
That's true. That is true. If you're extremely poor and you give a poor person money, that's going to help them.
Yes.
But if you have a pattern of mismanaging your money, and you're like kind of like working class or middle class, then no, it's not going to help you. You're just going to continue to get into those traps. Yeah, he basically wants a rest so he can have a fresh start to do the same BS all over again. Yep. Guys about how much money to give him and about budgeting were the first two things I thought of, and then thinking of telling him I'm just going to contribute $1,000 each. Interesting. Yeah, this financial planner, I guess, or whatever, is like, or accountants, like, you can have the family contribute too. I'm like, no, they can just contribute themselves.
Right? Yeah. So like, how about we pay to get you some financial management?
Yeah. Oh, and the battery went out. I told you it wouldn't last. We have a little light situation, and it went out. So I'm going to try this. Hopefully that gives a little bit more light. Oops.
You turned it on.
I did. All right. Let me just look at ourselves real quick. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. So now it looks like the original poster did not get back, but pretty much everyone agrees with us. It's like, no, you're not the asshole.
Don't give your brother any money.
No, don't do it. All right. We're right. As per usual. All right. So moving on to the next one. Am I the asshole? Wife's family wants to move in with us, and we said no.
How big is the family?
Usually it's probably the right decision to say no, but let's get
Yeah,
into
something like
it.
that.
3 years ago, the wife's mother and boyfriend moved out of the state to go live with grandma. Years later, now grandma passed, and mother-in-law wants to come back to the area. They have unrealistic expectations of being able to find property as they both have very little income. My wife has three brothers. One brother is isolated and blocked all communication. James lives cross country, and Tom lives close to us. James and Tom keep in touch with brother-in-law and
Mother.
with mother-in-law and are trying to help. Tom, one of my wife's brothers, always was very vocal of taking care of mom when grandma passed. Now that she has passed, he has no room and can't take care of mom until years from now after making false promises. My wife and I are the only ones that own property, so we are looked at as the ones that should house mom. My wife has had very minimal contact with her mother in the 10 years of marriage. Not once did we ever pretend to be able to help. We live our own life and have never asked any of them to help or opinions. Whenever we get contacted, it's because something is needed. We said no to housing them, but offered our time to help find a reasonable price place. However, every reasonable option seems to have an issue. They basically made poor decisions and have some options, but are treating us like we are the only option. Now we are being pushed by each sibling to make a temporary commitment to house mother-in-law, boyfriend, and animals. Are we the assholes for standing our ground and not accommodating?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. No.
You are not responsible for their life choices, and their life choices have led them here.
And also, like, what the fuck? The brothers are trying to pressure you into doing something you didn't agree to. You never said that you were going to agree to it, and the fact that they keep reaching out to you for just to ask you for things, that's a red flag.
No.
Your wife hasn't really had much contact with her mom in the last 10 years of your marriage. But just cut her off.
No, cut her off. No. Boyfriend and animals can figure out what to do on their own.
You already offered help to help them find options that were reasonable, and they're saying there's something wrong with every option. No, they're not grateful for the help that you're offering, and they just want you to put up with them, and then they're going to make your life miserable.
They sure are.
You're going to be so regretful if you let them into your home.
Yep. And then you're come back and be like, am I the asshole for wanting to kick out my mother-in-law and her boyfriend and their shit dogs or whatever?
Yep. I would go not. I think this is extreme, but I would go no contact. I would, even with the brothers, I would be like, you guys don't even care about me. Or
one brother
already did. That probably tells you something. If one brother is already is isolated and blocked off communication, has gone no contact, why? Do you know why? Did they ever say why? Was it out of the blue? Do you know the history of this situation? There's probably a really good reason for it. And I'm like,
probably because he doesn't want to deal with mom's bullshit.
Yeah. And if you're already feeling that way, you've already put a lot of distance between you and your mother, just cut them off.
No. Why do they have to leave the state that they're in where they're taking care of grandma? Maybe that state's more affordable.
Could be.
Why are they trying to? I don't know.
Also, I'm like, where were they? I'm curious about, like, they were staying with grandma in another state. Did grandma have a house? Like,
was
why
grandma renting? Like, why didn't they take over whatever grandma had?
Exactly.
I'm curious. I was like, can you get some more info?
Need way more info than this. Yeah, but I would say no, you're not the asshole.
You are absolutely not.
Don't let them move in with you. No. And I would go no contact with your whole family. That whole family. I'd be like, it's done.
Sounds like a mess.
It's just not worth your time. All right, let's see what other people said. Not the asshole. You're like, this will not be a temporary commitment. Yeah. Since your wife has very little contact with her mother, I think it's totally fair that all you and your wife want to do is help with finding a place, but obviously not take them in. Yeah, you need to stand firm.
Yeah, don't take them in.
Sucks if they haven't planned for old age, but they got to figure it out.
If you are in the U.S., it is very difficult to get people out of your home if you allow them to move in. Yep. They do quickly obtain legal rights of the residents and will refuse to leave voluntarily. It is.
That is very true.
That's very true.
Yeah. Don't let them in.
Don't let them in.
Don't let them in. Don't even let them spend a night there. They'll never leave.
That's true.
Yeah. And the one brother doesn't have the space. Surely has some money around that he can help mom, while two out of the three are helping. Yeah. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, there's no discussion.
Yeah, they probably have an issue because of their animals, but it's like that's their issue.
Or maybe they have a bad rental history and they
Yeah,
have
probably.
poor credit or something
Yeah,
like that,
maybe.
and then they have limited options. But it's like,
But that's their. I mean, those are the choices that they've made, and you're not responsible for
these people are
their
adults.
choices. Yes, absolutely.
Adults, yo, older than you.
Yep.
Yeah, not the asshole. It seems your wife doesn't even have a close relationship with with her mother. You also don't know how long this temporary commitment would last for. Mother-in-law and boyfriend might very well refuse to leave your home once you're there.
Yep.
Yeah. This person said, my husband and I invited his mom to move in with us both, and both had major regrets afterwards. Just don't do it. I learned a lot about narcissism and feel like I understand my husband and his childhood a whole lot better now.
Damn.
But it was a very hard lesson. Don't be like me. Just skip that whole process. We would be super reluctant to have anyone live with us again. I was so afraid that she would never move out, but she finally did. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't owe people anything.
You don't.
Even if they
birthed you. You don't owe them anything.
If they birthed you.
You didn't ask to be born.
Nobody asked to be born.
No one asked to be born. So you don't.
None of us asked to be here. We're just making the best of it.
But parents in some cultures will put this expectation on children that they have to take care of their parents, and that is just a belief. It's not a fact. You don't owe anyone anything, especially if they treated you badly.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely not. It'd be different if she was like a great mother and did all these things for you and you guys were super close. And I can understand,
that would be different.
But it's like, it doesn't sound like it. You haven't talked to her in 10 years, basically.
Yeah.
Like, no. So
no, not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
Didn't come back.
They did not come back. So, all right. Moving on. Okay, let me take a drink of water. Am I the asshole for leaving my best friend after my girlfriend insulted her? Woo. Leaving with my best friend after my girlfriend insulted her. All right. I, 29 male, have a girlfriend, Kathy, 26 female, and a best friend, Ava, 28 female. To clarify, my girlfriend is really good friends with my best friend, and she's more than fine with our friendship. Ava and I have been best friends since we were kids. I grew up poor and she was rich, so she always made sure I ate and had a place to sleep. This girl is pretty much the reason I'm where I am currently.
Why did you marry her?
Well, maybe they didn't like, maybe they were like, attracted to each other. No, sometimes people are just friends. It doesn't have to be sexual. Like, it's just like, no, we're just really good friends and like good people. But that's the thing is like, I feel like a lot of people say like, oh, well, you guys have been friends since you were kids and you guys are super tight. So why don't you just get married? And it's like, but
it's like, I'm not. I guess they could also think of them as more as like a sibling.
That's like your sibling. Yeah. It's like, I don't want to fuck this person.
You're
like,
right. You're absolutely right.
It's weird. Anyway, even though I've got a job now and try to offer to treat her, she insists on paying and won't let me pay her back. It's her thing. I gave up trying and I've seen her do with our entire friend group, so we just take it as a fun quirk of hers. Kathy is pretty much the love of my life. I want to spend the rest of my life with her, so what I did was incredibly tough. The three of us and Ava's boyfriend had gone out to eat. He had to leave early, so didn't pay. Ava said she was going to pay. Then, in true Ava fashion, she went to the front desk under the pretext of going to the washroom and paid the bill. Obviously, I tried my let me pay you back, why'd you pay thing, but she wouldn't hear it. Then, out of nowhere, my girlfriend accuses her of implying that she's poor. Kathy said, listen, I know you like to pay, but I am a fucking adult. I don't need you to pay for my meals like I'm a child. Ooh, that's a little aggressive.
That was a little aggressive.
All right. Ava seemed shocked and apologized. I was shocked too because Kathy doesn't ever act like this and has always been fine with Ava paying. So this is out of nowhere. Huh. Okay. That's interesting to know. I know you like to pay, but I'm a fucking adult. Yeah, that's kind of aggressive.
Yeah, that is really aggressive.
If she's done it in the past and this is the first time you say anything and you're like mean about it too. Okay, weird. I took her to the side and Kathy said, I don't care if she's your best friend. She's making me look pathetic. She proceeded to insult her looks and her religion. Okay. I got angry because Ava was genuinely just a sweet person. I told her maybe she needed time to cool off and walked out with Ava. I called her an Uber and then drove back home myself. Okay. Kathy has her own car, so could take herself. She had not been drinking either. When Kathy came home, we fought because I left her. Honestly, I don't know what's going on. Am I the asshole? Please help me to know how to avoid such situations in the future. I would break up with Kathy.
Yeah. You guys aren't married?
No, but he's saying that she's the love of his life, though.
How do you know?
I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. If she, okay.
Why does she feel some type of way about Ava Pink making her look pathetic? Like, what does someone else treating you to food have to do with like you being pathetic?
That's an insecurity. She's insecure.
Yeah, she's insecure.
But the thing is like he's saying that Ava has paid for their food before. Like Kathy has been at meals with them, and Ava has paid before, and Kathy never said anything until this moment, and then said something super aggressive.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Fuck that, I'm leaving, Ava. I'm gonna give you an Uber so you can get home or whatever." And then Kathy had a car, so he was like, "You can get home, like get home by yourself." And then they had a fight when Kathy did get home because she's like, "You left me there." It's like, "Girl, you have your own car."
No, he's saying that he left with her.
No, he left with Ava.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm saying Kathy had a car.
Yeah.
So it's not like he really left her he did leave her, but it's not like he left her high and dry. She had a car to get home.
Right.
But I mean, like, I feel like that's an appropriate response to that is like, you're being a dick. I don't want to be with you right now. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of, you're acting inappropriate.
That was very inappropriate on Kathy's part. Why does Kathy feel threatened by Ava?
Yeah, she's obviously threatened. She's like, you guys have been friends your whole life, and she feels like Ava is better than her.
Yeah, that's just her projecting.
It's a projection.
She's got some insecurity issues. You don't have time for that.
No, is she really the love of your life? If this happened too, because I'm like, then other things have happened. If like this cannot be the only time that Kathy has like blown up.
Yeah,
like this, there has to be other issues, other stuff that's come up. And I don't know. This is a big red flag to me.
Yeah.
You want to spend the rest of your life with her, and she felt like this, and she acted like this in front of your best friend, your childhood best friend.
She's paying isn't implying that you're poor. Like that's how you're taking it. That's how you're interpreting it. That's how Kathy's interpreting it.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Well, no, she didn't even go. He didn't even go with Ava. He walked out with Ava. He called Ava a car.
Yeah.
And then he drove himself home. So him and Kathy both came in their own cars.
Yeah.
To this meal.
Yeah.
So he just walked out with her. Okay.
Yeah.
But still, I'm just like, this is just a huge red flag.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think you should break up with Kathy.
I think so too.
It doesn't say how long they've been together. But I'm like, you should break up with her.
Let's see if there's any more
clarifying. If she is that insecure, imagine the rest of your life because you've been friends with Ava since you were a child, so you're not giving up that friendship.
No, and absolutely. But Kathy's going to try to make you give up that friendship based on this interaction.
Yes. No. Run. All right. Maybe a person wrote, maybe this is because I am not American, but I don't see anything wrong with Ava's behavior. This happens a lot in my culture too, especially if you're invited someone, you are supposed to pay. I don't like how Kathy decided Ava was trying to insult her. Is Ava from a different culture than Kathy? Also, I think not the asshole for now. Original poster, Ava is Indian, Kathy is American. In Ava's family, her dad used to call the restaurant ahead of time and put his card down so the others wouldn't pay. I assume Ava carries the same habit.
That makes a lot of sense. It's just like it's a sign of like respect. Like I respect my friends. Like I'm gonna pay for you guys.
I invited you out to dinner.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pay.
Yeah,
and I have the means.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pay.
It's not trying to insinuate that other people are poor. It's just it's like a courtesy thing.
The fact that also. Okay, she's Indian, and he said that Kathy insulted her looks and her religion. No, she's a bigot. No, she's a bigot.
Kathy's gotta go.
Kathy's gotta go. She's gotta go. She gotta go. She gotta go. Let her go. No.
It's just a symptom of being Indian.
He was like, I thought it was just Ava's family. Yeah, it's a cultural thing. Yeah. No, run. Run.
And it's not just for Indians. It's like other cultures do this too.
Yeah, this person said what Kathy said and how she said it is impolite at best and downright racist at worst.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like,
she insulted her religion
and her looks. So she's talking about her being Indian.
Yeah, that is totally uncalled for.
No, nope. Fuck Kathy.
Yeah, fuck Kathy.
Run for the hills, man. No. Yeah. He's like, the whole family is like this, insanely rich but very sweet.
Yeah, it's just
it's
like,
just what they
it's just
do.
what you do. If you have money, you're supposed to share it.
Like, why wouldn't you share it?
Yeah.
Abundance mindset. You give away your money.
Right. And more will come to you.
And more will come to you. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because he's like, he said he helped her when he was a kid make sure that he ate.
Yeah.
Like he was eating properly. No, bro. No, Kathy ain't worth it.
Mm-mm.
Fuck Kathy.
Yeah, seriously.
Fuck Kathy. I'm so mad. He's like, proceeded to insult her looks and her religion, the quietest red flag that often gets overlooked. Mm-hmm. Kathy's been hiding parts of herself, and here you got a glimpse.
Yep. When people tell you who they are,
believe them. Fucking believe them.
Yep.
Oh my God. Woo, get out, boy.
And Kathy just let you know that she's insecure and she's racist.
Yep. And yeah, she's not gonna let you be her friend. She's gonna control you.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point. Get out, my friend.
Yeah.
I think we're all kind of on the same page here. Everyone's kind of like telling like, oh yeah, as in what?
I'm American and I don't see anything wrong with it. Kathy is the worst.
Break up with her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Kathy was totally out of line. But again, she showed you another side of her, and you should believe that, and you should move on.
What does this person say? Hey man, you're definitely in a tough spot here. Sounds like there's a lot of emotion involved. So let's break it down a bit. First off, you need to sit down with Kathy and have a heart to heart. Try to understand where she's coming from. Maybe she feels insecure or threatened by Ava's generosity. She does, and is making her react this way. Acknowledge her feelings, even if you don't fully agree with them. Next, have a chat with Ava. Let her know what happened and apologize for any distress. She seems like a genuinely kind person, so she'll likely understand if you explain the situation. Set some boundaries around who pays for what in the future. Maybe agree that you'll all take turns paying or split the bill. That way everyone feels respected and appreciated. I would say no, absolutely not. Ava should pay if Ava wants to pay.
Yeah.
But encourage Kathy to express her concerns in a more respectful way. Insulting Ava's looks and religion was out of line, and it's important she understands that. Make sure she knows that Ava's actions come from a place of kindness, not trying to make anyone look bad. Finally, reassure Kathy that she means the world to you. Show her blah, blah, blah. No, I don't agree with that. The person, he said, thank you, exactly what I wanted, thanks man. And then another person said, yes, this is great advice, but your girlfriend showed you who she really is when she started insulting Ava's looks and religion. Yep. If this is totally out of character, then it may be forgivable, but don't just ignore the red flags though.
That is very true.
Yeah, Ava is apparently Indian, and Kathy is presumably white American, so this also smells racist to me. I agree. I agree. No, dude, break up with Kathy. Break up with her. I don't think you guys need to have a heart-to-heart. There's nothing to have a heart-to-heart about. No. I'm like, Kathy was rude and racist, and Ava was being her normal self. Because I'm like, it'd be different if this was the first time this has ever happened. And like, she's like, what the hell? Why is Ava always paying? Ava has always paid.
Yeah.
If you had an issue with it, why don't you pull Ava aside and be like, Ava, I don't feel comfortable with you paying. Why would you insult her and curse her out in front of everybody? At the restaurant. That don't make no sense.
Inappropriate. Totally inappropriate.
Move on. Run to the hills. Okay. What does insulting her looks mean? Because you mentioned Ava is Indian and Kathy also insulted her religion. Original poster. She called her ugly and fat, made fun of her bindi, and the fact that Ava is John. Bruh!
No.
Bruh!
No.
Get her out. Get her out.
OP, you deserve better than Kathy.
Oh my God. No, you need to get out of there, dude. Yeah. I know you love her, but do you really want to be with someone who holds those kinds of prejudices? Stuff like that doesn't come out of nowhere. I could not continue a relationship with someone who felt comfortable making those remarks, no matter how upset they were. Original poster. I'm rethinking it because Ava called me to say she was really hurt and will take a step back because she doesn't want to deal with this. You gonna lose your childhood best friend over this, B?
No.
Absolutely not.
Kathy's got to go.
Kathy's got to go. She ain't the one. Mm-mm. Wait, what? For me, this changes a lot. That's racist and bigoted and shameful behavior that speaks loudly about her character. If she could say that about your best friend when she's trying to do something kind, what are the quiet parts she hasn't said?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the kind of woman you see as a forever? Original poster, don't know anymore. Ava called and said she didn't want to get hurt and will take a step back. I feel detached from Kathy right now. As you should.
And you should just cut it off now.
Whoo, cut it off, yo, cut it off. Yikes, do you hear yourself? Are you sure you want to marry to an insecure, judgy, and racist woman just because your best friend paid for the whole table? Original poster, thinking of how to end it. She seems so different now when yesterday she was so lively.
Yep.
Yeah. Let her go.
Yep.
Let her go.
Sometimes, life throws us these situations, like someone's saying, where we find out who the person really is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not who you thought they were.
Yeah, the facade had cracked, and you're getting a glimpse of the real person behind that false impression.
Yep.
That is just so wild. What are you saying?
Are you still with her? Because Kathy's mask is slipping off, and you better pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she will do this again if she thinks she's got you, and you ain't never gonna leave her. What's to stop her from insulting your own family members and other friends with no consequences?
Original poster, I'm thinking of how to end things. We live together and are in no position to end it, but I feel so immensely detached from her. Damn, and you feel detached from her now too. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Go, boy. Yeah, that sucks.
You know what?
I call Ava.
Call Ava. Call Ava.
I was like, Ava, I'm so
I'm
sorry.
So sorry. I made a horrible mistake with Kathy.
And like,
please help me.
I need help. I will pay you back. I have to get out of this situation. This person is a monster, clearly. And from what you saw. And we're living together, and I'm not in the means.
This is not just a red flag. That is a marching band with a flag crew. Oh my God,
yes.
Yeah.
No, that sucks. Yeah, that's when you live with them.
Not the asshole, but you will be one by association if continuing a relationship with Kathy.
Yeah, dude. How do you get out of that, man? How do you get out of that? You live with them. That sucks, and you're not in the greatest financial situation. He just got this new job or something. Whew. I'd be like, Ava, you got an extra room?
Right? Seriously. Can I call a friend, call somebody.
Like, I fucked up. And then be like, all right. And then like Ava, then a couple months down the line, be like, Ava, so I'm gonna defer to you to hook me up with new people. Because clearly you have a good judgment of character. I don't. So you've been the best person in my life to help me. So I need you to find me my next girlfriend because I'm bad at making the choices.
Yeah. Seriously.
Ask your boyfriend to help too.
Right?
That's crazy, bro.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy. Nah. Fuck her. Fuck that girl. Anyway, is there any more? Yeah, so he's still mulling over things. He doesn't know what to do, still thinking about it. Very confused. Get the fuck out of there, bro.
He doesn't know what to do.
Nope. Nope. So she's a racist. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's confused, but he's gonna leave her.
Yeah.
He just has to figure it out. And I would say, go ask Ava for help.
Yeah.
Be like, Ava, I'm sorry to do this to you again. And I had to put you in this situation to begin with. I'm sorry that you were insulted like that. But as you can see, I'm in a situation that is not healthy and I need to get out ASAP. Can you help me? Like, I need any help and all help that I can get. I will pay you back. Like, yeah. Run, boy. Run to the hills.
Run to Ava.
Run for your life. Okay. All right. Next one. Am I the asshole for not letting my son attend his girlfriend's birthday? Ooh, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation. Okay. My son is 17 and his girlfriend, we'll call her Jill, who he's had since middle school. Damn. They've been together since they were like 13 or 14. Okay.
Wow.
We'll be celebrating her 18th birthday soon. My son, Jill, and many friends, they huge into Japanese culture, sushi, anime, learning Japanese in school, etc. Hence, for her birthday, Jill is renting a room at a high-end sushi place. Jill's parents will cover half the cost, but the guests are expected to cover the other half. $450. What?
Ooh, that's a
Exclamation
lot.
point. This honestly took me aback. It's obviously not that I don't want my son to be there for his girlfriend's birthday, but $450 is a large amount of money, and it's as close to completely unaffordable as something could be. Am I old fashioned for thinking invited guests in this manner shouldn't be expected to pay at all? Long
A
story
little bit.
short, long story short, my son became extremely upset when I told him I wouldn't pay for him to attend Jill's birthday party. Currently, my son is the only person invited besides one other yet to RSVP yet. I offered to let him take Jill out separately for an affordable dinner experience I'd be willing to pay for fully, but he's still upset with me. Am I the asshole? Woo! You're not the
You're not
asshole
the asshole
because of the money situation. Like, if you ain't got the money, you ain't got
that's
the
a
money.
lot of money. Maybe you need to talk to Jill's parents.
That's what I was gonna say. I would be like, listen, Jill's parents. I am not in a financial situation to afford this, and they have been together for a very long time. This is going to be very distressing for him not to be there for both.
Yeah, can we work something out?
I can't pay for this. I can give you maybe $100. Like,
Yeah,
I cannot pay $450. I just don't have that kind of money.
that's a lot. That's a little inconsiderate on Jill and her family's part to think that her friends would be able to cover such a large bill.
Especially if if they know their son has been dating her for 4 plus years.
They should be well aware of their financial situation.
Exactly. They should know. So, like, yeah, it is a little inconsiderate. $450, that's crazy.
That's a lot.
That means Jill's parents have money.
Yeah.
Then they probably could afford the whole meal. But they just trying to save some money by asking people to chip in.
That's not right.
Yeah. No, you're not the asshole. But I would say you should try to figure something out with Jill's parents.
Yeah, I can see why your son is upset with you. Mm-hmm. Teenagers get very upset about these things.
Yes, this is hard for him to understand.
It's very hard.
You can be like, you can be really. He's 17. He's about to be a grown person. He's about to be an adult according to society, even though not really. But the brain
maybe
is there.
You need to like break it down and show him some bills. And be like, this is why I can't afford this.
Because I'm like, that's also the thing too. Is like, you don't want to burden your kids with like the stress of like finances of your family, but you also want to be a little bit transparent though, because they're going to be adults soon and they need to know how finances work. You should be teaching them about finances. But be like, this is how much money I have coming in, this is how much we spend on expenses. I don't have the money for this. Like, I'm not trying to stop you from going because I'm just being a dick because it's expensive. I literally cannot afford it. Like, it's like, if I pay for this, that means we can't pay for a bill. Like, do you understand that?
It's like, okay, here's a list of things that you would have to be willing to sacrifice.
Like, literally food.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna eat.
I don't know. If you're in the financial position to like take out some credit, maybe being like, I'll get some credit for you to pay for Jill's birthday, but then you have to get a job and pay this back.
Yeah, I'll be like, what is his son? What is her son doing? Does he have a job?
Yeah.
I'm like, because I would be like,
maybe let him share some responsibility in this financial arrangement.
Yes.
Talk to Jill's parents. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let's get some more info.
Let's see if there is more info. Yeah. Not the asshole. It'd be one thing maybe if a whole pile of friends were planning to go and the $450 split between them would be much more manageable. But yeah, if this is a party her parents are throwing for her, they should be covering the whole cost. Yeah, also, they should have chosen a less expensive place or a non-private separate room type of situation. Mm-hmm. To ask you and your son to pay $450 for the parents' birthday bash for their daughter is ridiculous. It's not really a gift to her or a party if none of her friends come. They should have just this be their family nice 18th birthday dinner.
Yeah, I agree. That's a little tacky for them to be asking people to pay that much.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see, anything.
Oh, someone said, I read it as all of the guests are supposed to chip in to cover the $450, not just the boyfriend. Okay, so they're asking for everyone to cover the $450, but so far no one else has RSVP'd, probably because they don't want to pay.
Yeah,
or can't.
No, the son's the only one of two people who hadn't RSVP'd yet.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
No, it says
But these are other people who are trying to figure
Quoting.
out. Yeah, they're like, but she's saying this and she's saying this. We need the original poster to clarify. Yeah. Where's the original poster?
Come on back, OP. They have not replied.
No, yeah, it's $450 per person.
Per person, yeah. No, that's too much.
Yeah, the original post, the parents should be paying for the entire thing. Yeah, your son needs to get a job if he wants to go to a $400+ party.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, would I pay for $450 for myself? No. Why would I pay for my child? Yeah, that's wild. Why didn't the original poster come back?
Yeah, that's pretty wild and pretty inconsiderate on the parents' part.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't. Why would you expect someone to pay to come to a party?
Yeah.
That's so weird. That's super weird. Yeah. But yeah, everyone agrees with us pretty much.
That sucks. I mean, that's an unfortunate situation that you've been thrown into. Maybe this is a good opportunity to teach your son about money management and etiquette.
Yes. And I would, and if they've been dating that long, I would hope that you have a close relationship with his girlfriend's parents anyway, to call them and be like, this is ridiculous. You'd be like, I think that's a ridiculous ask that you're asking people to pay for this when not everyone makes the same amount of money as you guys do.
Well, we just want to make it special and do what she wants for her, but it's a little expensive. We thought everyone could just chip in.
It's like, it's so unreasonable. That's an unreasonable amount of money.
Yeah.
Like $100 okay, but like $450? That's wild.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
That's too much. That's ridiculous. That's too much. Anyway, moving on. You're not the asshole.
No.
Okay, next one. Oops. Let me go back.
Wait, so you lost connection?
Hopefully not. To your screen share audio. Oh, I need to share my screen one more time. Where's my phone? Oh, it's right here. That's funny. All right. I need to share my screen again. All right. Hopefully you can see it now. All right. Am I the asshole for refusing to help my friend financially, even though I can't afford it? No, it's never your responsibility.
No, you're not responsible for other people's finances.
TLDR, a friend asked me for $4.5K due to financial struggles, but I refused because my parents taught me financial responsibility.
Yeah.
I worry it might strain our friendship, and I don't feel responsible for her financial issues. She called me selfish and uncaring.
Is she really your friend?
Is she really your friend? Context. I, 20 male, am a college student in the U.S. coming from a wealthy family overseas. Recently, a close friend, 20 female, have been struggling financially as she had to pay unexpected medical bills for her family and has asked me for help.
She's using you.
No, what the fuck? Is her family? No. She knows my family is well off and assumed that it wouldn't be a big deal for me to lend her some money, around $4,500.
Your friend sounds like a scam.
That's not cool. Here's the thing. While I do have access to a considerable amount of money, I don't feel comfortable giving away that much money. Growing up, I was taught the importance of financial responsibility. My family's money is for my education and living expenses, and not for me to be giving it away. Yep. Additionally, I am also worried about the potential impact on our friendship, as I've had similar situations ruin previous relationships. I don't want to feel jealous or pressured by the debt, especially if she has trouble. I don't want her to feel jealous or pressured by the debt, especially if she has trouble pay it back. I don't need her to, but she insists. I also feel as it's not my responsibility to bail her out. I feel bad for her situation, but I don't think it's fair for her to rely on me just because she knows I have the means. Although I explained all this to her, she got very upset and called me selfish. She said true friends, quote unquote, help each other out in challenging times, and that I am showing my true colors by refusing to help.
Oh, she is projecting. She is showing you
who she is,
her true colors.
I am starting to feel a little conflicted and guilty, so I'm thinking of going to my parents about this after reading some of your advice here. Am I the asshole?
Your parents are going to tell you no.
You should not be friends with this girl.
No, you shouldn't. She sounds like a scam.
She's going to manipulate you in the future as well to
Yep.
give her money.
Yep.
She's no.
She's asking for 4.5K. That is
almost $5,000.
Absolutely not.
For medical bills that are not even her medical bills.
No,
her
for family's medical bills. You're not responsible for her family's medical bills.
That's wild.
No, I'm sorry that she's an American and has shit healthcare, but that's not your problem.
It's not your problem. That's just not my problem. It's a song. Yeah, you don't.
No, you are absolutely not the asshole. Your friend's an asshole.
Run to the hills. And you already experienced this with someone else in the past. You said you had the same experience in your relationship.
You already know.
So if you already had a similar experience, it's just going to repeat itself. So don't.
I'm sorry that people keep trying to exploit you.
Okay. Not the asshole. Trust your instincts here. Lending her this money will destroy your friendship. Her even asking has probably started it on that path. You are not a bank or a charity. Nope. Never loan money to friends or family. If you really care about her and her situation is the result of some misfortune, Venmo her $150 to help out as a gift. Encourage her to do something like a GoFundMe and post on social media about her issue and request donations.
Yeah, help her do a GoFundMe.
Original poster. I had the same thought process. I gave her $500, but she said that I might as well have given her nothing because that doesn't even cover the fraction of the bills, which makes sense. They are expensive. I'm afraid you might be right that I probably shouldn't continue my friendship with her.
Oh my gosh, you absolutely.
You already gave her
$500 and she was like, thanks for nothing. Ew.
She got to go.
No, she doesn't deserve another moment of your time.
Your friendship is already over. I might as well have given her nothing, quote unquote. This is emotional manipulation. She doesn't care about you, only her needs.
Yes.
Original poster, I would tell her this.
Oh, you're too nice.
Don't tell her shit. Just cut her off. Nice. Cut her off, boy. Personally, I wouldn't even open that line of conversation. It opens up you up to gaslighting. You don't have to explain to people why you don't want to give them things that are yours. No thank you should be all that you have to say, and a friend would understand your point of view. Original poster. The last time we talk about the above. So how should I continue? Do I just not bring it up? I'm also thinking of ending this friendship, but again, I'm not sure how to do that as this is a first.
Oh, you're so sweet.
By giving them advice. No, I just cut her off. Yeah, people are just telling him basically like, you're done enough. You're done. Just be done. She is not your friend. Yep.
No, she's not your friend.
$500 is a lot of money. And then try to emotionally manipulate, and she feels entitled to your money. Yeah, like she is not entitled to your money.
No, but she's manipulating you and making you feel that she deserves what you have.
She just wanted cash. She didn't even want like a contract or interest.
It's not your money. It's your parents.
Yeah, that too. It's like, it's your parents' money, bruh.
Yeah.
No.
That large, you'd have to sign a contract.
No. Yeah, people were just giving him advice about signing
friends
loaning.
And ask their friends to loan them money.
No.
Not that amount of money. Absolutely not.
Yep. And as soon as you set these boundaries of like, I'm not going to help you, she's going to stop talking to you anyway.
Yep.
Because she's not really your friend.
No, she's not. She just wants what you have, and she's playing the part of a friend to try to get what she needs.
Fuck them. Yeah. Just fuck them. Anywho, I think that's, they keep responding, but.
Yeah.
Her Ubers when we go out, but not usually this much. We'll talk to her about that. Yeah.
There's nothing to talk to her about.
No.
She's a scam.
No. No.
Just because you don't need it back, like she doesn't need to know that you don't need it back. But I'm sure he's already told her that she doesn't need it back. I'm going to pay you back. No, she's not. This girl who you think is your friend is a scam.
She's a scam artist. She'll find another rich friend and try to take their money as well.
She will. Yeah.
So move on. Just stop talking to her. I mean, honestly. All right. A couple more. Am I the asshole for leaving a trip because my friend was extremely hurtful? This is kind of short, though. All right. I, 37 female, my friend, 34 female, and her boyfriend, 31 male, went on a trip this weekend to get away. We often do lots of things together, and I don't mind being a third wheel. The problem is, every time they get in a fight, my friend tells her boyfriend to just go ahead and fuck her.
What?
She says it in such a
Oh my God.
She says it in such a hurtful way, and it is really starting to affect me. Last night, she started with saying this, and after a few hours of her yelling at him to do this, I left and drove back home. I felt very disrespected. Her and I have not spoken since. No, him and I have never done this and never will. We don't even speak unless we are in a group together. So, am I the asshole for leaving?
Absolutely
No.
not. This girl is not your friend.
What the fuck? Wait a minute. The problem is every time they get in a fight, every time.
So this happens a lot. They fight all the time, and then you're there, and so your friend is really insecure and thinks that her boyfriend wants to fuck you,
and says this,
and says it repeatedly.
And this happened for hours of fighting. What?
No.
How are you this old and what? You're 37, honey. Respect yourself.
Yeah.
No, this person is not your friend. No, break up. Break up with your friend. Absolutely. Go. No. What the hell? I'm sure everyone else will agree with this.
Yeah. No, you're not the asshole.
Your friend's reaction is very weird and probably reflects some of her insecurities. I would have also left. It's not fair for your friend to put you in this uncomfortable situation. She should discuss her problems with her boyfriend in private. Sorry you had to deal with this. You paid to go on a trip and were instead put into extremely uncomfortable situations.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Not the asshole. I don't know what this is, but she's not your friend.
She is not your friend.
That's true.
That is so weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Why would she say that?
Original poster does not come back. Oh, no, she does. There. I take it she's referring to you when she says, go ahead and fuck her. You need to keep your distance until that couple works out their shit one way or another. Until then, don't see them outside of your friend group and stick close to the others if you do go out as a group. No more time alone and with the two of them together at all. Yes, she is definitely referring to me when she says that. Okay, you're not really giving much information here, but okay. Weird.
No, it sounds like OP is used to being in manipulative situations.
Yes.
So you deserve better, and you should ditch these people.
This is not normal behavior.
No, absolutely not.
Yelling and screaming at someone, and that's not what you do in a relationship.
No.
2, you don't do that in front of other people either and think that it's normal. That's not normal. It's very, very unhealthy behavior. Run.
Every time they get into a fight,
every time
she says, just go ahead and fuck her.
The insecurities.
Wow.
But also that they get in fights so often and you're around.
Yeah, no.
Run. Oh my God.
Run.
I always say, like, break up with him. Like, break up with her in terms of friendship. Break up with the friend. Break up with the lover, the boyfriend, the girlfriend. Just break up and move on.
Yes.
Like, this is not healthy at all.
Yeah. Cut your losses and go.
Yeah. All right. Let's do 2 more. All right. Am I the girlfriend? Am I the asshole for trying to limit the time girlfriend spends with her parents, siblings, relatives because it negatively impacts her life? Interesting. Okay, because you don't want to be controlling, but you're like, something's going on here. Okay. I, male 35, am together with girlfriend 32. We are living together since 5 years. I have a full-time job. Girlfriend has a part-time job and is still working on her bachelor's degree, which she hasn't completed in 8 years. The main reason for this is that she spends far too much time with her parents, sisters, relatives. All of them live within a 5-mile radius from us. She calls her sister's parents every day and speaks 30 plus minutes with each of them. On top of that, she visits her sister parents' relatives like 5 to 10 times a month, each time half a day or entire day. As a result, she barely gets anything done. A bachelor's degree she should have completed in 4 years tops in only 2/3 done after 8 years. Our apartment is quite dirty because she doesn't clean much because she has to spend so much time talking, visiting her relatives. I clean myself, but since I have a full-time job and a family further away, which I visit once a month, I can't do it all by myself. I'm afraid for her future and told her that she should reduce the number of visits to save time she could invest into finishing her education and getting a full-time job. I told her that seeing her sister parents twice a month and her more distant relatives once every 2 months is still enough, and it would free her like a week of extra time every month. She talks to them every day for half an hour anyways. She freaked out and treated me like an abuser that wants to control her. Am I the asshole for wanting her to prioritize her time and for thinking that this amount of time there's that. Time spent with her family is negatively impacting her life. I applaud this person for like being aware that like it does seem controlling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. But if you see that the person is doing something that is negatively impacting them, I think it's fair to be like, dude, you need to change your behavior.
Yeah.
Like, I see something. Objectively, this is what I see, or maybe even subjectively, this is what I'm seeing, and then I'm seeing that you're not able to complete these tasks. So maybe you need to cut down on this thing so you can complete this task. And then, I mean, understandable for the girlfriend to be like defensive and be like, you're just trying to control me, if she's like so used to being so codependent with her family.
Yeah, it sounds like she's codependent on her family.
Yeah, just super codependent. So for me, I'm always like, just break up.
Just break up. Yeah.
I'm like, you've been together for 5 years. You're in your mid 30s. She is she's been doing this for 8 years. She's been going to school for 8 years and has not finished her bachelor's degree. She is not a clean person. She spends most of her time on the phone, which means she's not spending time with you.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't help contribute cleaning around the house. Why are you with her?
Yeah, why are you guys together?
What's the point? She's not really.
She's not bringing
anything to the table here. So what's the point? If you're that upset about it. And she's so reluctant to change.
Yeah.
And what you're asking for isn't unreasonable.
No.
Like, so. She's like, no, you can still see your family every week, but could you not see them every fucking, like, two times a week? That's a lot.
That's a lot.
And you talk to them on the phone every day. Yeah, it's a lot of time that you're not using for getting your life tasks done. Yeah, I'd be kind of upset myself if I was with someone for 5 years and they'd been going to school for 8. Oh, so they had been in school before we even got together and they weren't finished. It's not a PhD,
right?
This is a bachelor's. A bachelor's takes 4 to 6 years. It should have been done. Like, that's crazy. 8 years.
I wonder what her major is. What's your major? Is it a hard major?
Doesn't matter though. A bachelor's takes 4 to 6 years. You should not be doing a bachelor's for more than 6 years. That's pretty excessive. Like, I don't know. I see his perspective. I don't think he's an asshole, but I also think that this should have been a conversation happening many years ago. And you just now bringing it up, you know, it's a little late. I feel like these habits have already been ingrained. She's been doing this for years. She's probably not going to change. She doesn't see a problem.
No, she doesn't see a problem.
So, okay.
Let's see what other people have to say.
Not the asshole, but you need to stop living with her. She is never going to change her relationship with her family. If you two have children, her family will be given the second parent position while you remain a bystander. Stop living with her until she finishes her degree and is supporting herself. Yep, I agree.
Yeah, that's true.
I would break up with her.
That's a good mention about if you guys have kids.
Yep.
The family will be the second parents.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
What are you even there for?
Why are you there? Yeah, I would. Okay, if I'm harsh, I'm like, just break up with her. Yeah. But that's a good compromise. I would like just move out. Like, okay, we can't live together. Like, you can't help with the house duties, and you don't have your priorities straight. So let's just not live together. I don't see this working until you figure things out. And then she'll probably break up with you anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see. Exactly. She arranged her life to be like this because she likes it like this. She has no motivation to change. She enjoys being enmeshed with her family and financially dependent on OP. Right now, she has next to nothing in the way of adult responsibilities, and changing things would force her to individuate and grow up. She isn't interested in that. I would agree.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Yeah, I mean, she only has a part-time job and you have the full-time job, you're paying for everything. What?
Let her go and find someone ready to build a life with you.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have some bad news for you. She isn't ready to transition from being a daughter and a sister to a wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You're just an accessory in her life.
Yeah.
Not her other half.
Yeah, I would agree. She does not sound like a good life partner. And get her to rely on her family for a change. Yeah. She's traveling there all the time. Might as well just live with them.
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah, this is kind of a big red flag.
She is telling you who she is and what's important to her. Unfortunately, you are not. Doesn't clean, works part-time, doesn't really do school. Why are you still with her? Yeah. I said break up with her. I'm like,
she's totally not the asshole. She's totally embedded with her family and will never get away. Move on or throw her out. She'll go home.
Yep.
8 years for a bachelor's is ridiculous. Why is the school keeping her on? Because she's still paying her tuition.
Yeah. Yeah, like how would she hold down a job if she's like hanging out with her family so much? That's a good question. Yeah. Original poster doesn't come back. Everyone agrees you're not the asshole.
Yeah, not the asshole. Break up with her.
Just break up with her.
Yep.
Okay.
It's usually the answer.
All right. Last one. Am I the asshole for not eating the food my mom buys makes? Okay. Today is my birthday, and every birthday since I was around 14, I have been very adamant that I don't like cake and don't want to eat it due to certain events. Oh my god, I feel this because I don't like cake. My entire life, I've told my family I don't like cake, and no one remembers I don't like cake. And they'll be like so surprised every time like I tell them I don't like cake. They're like, "Oh, you don't like cake?" When have I eaten cake in your presence? In fucking 20 years. Even longer than that, probably like 30 years. I don't eat cake. It is very, very, it's really frustrating because then it's like you feel disrespected, like you're not listening to me. And like you don't care about my needs or wants. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay. So I understand this person. Specifically, sponge box classic. I don't know what the proper name is. Cake, those kind of cakes. I asked my mom today if she can go pick up free cheesecake slice from the Cheesecake Factory. Love that. I do like store-made cheesecake. She tells me she bought cupcakes and they're on the table. Even though I tell my mom this all the time, literally every year, my dad still bought cupcakes. They also save me a slice on their birthdays. I'm not eating the fucking cake. I do not like it. Please stop buying me cakes. I feel like it's some kind of agenda. Like if I tell her I don't like something, she will still buy that thing. Since I was 10, I've had to buy my own food or ask siblings, classmates, and teachers for food to cook my own meals because my mom doesn't listen. Our refrigerator is filled with food that's expiring or stale or moldy. She buys already expired food in bulk at discount stores to save money, but it's just a waste of money if no one eats it. And it's not like we have cash to throw away. My dad works a retail job. I would like to know, am I the asshole in the situation?
Absolutely not.
No.
I am so sorry. Get away from your family.
I don't know how old this person is because they said since they were 14. I don't know if they're like 18. Like how old are they right now? But it's like, no, you just gotta leave. You gotta move out, kid.
Yeah.
You gotta get out of this situation. And when it's your birthday, you don't go over there. Like you're like, no, I don't want whatever you're making. I don't want what you're buying. You don't listen to what the things that I like or need, and that's fine. I'll just do the things that I want to do.
It's not, and they don't have an agenda. They just don't care about you.
They don't care about you. They don't care about you. What your needs or wants.
Themselves.
Yeah, the fact that she keeps buying stale food to save money. What?
No, that's bad. That's poverty mentality.
And it's like really bad money management. If you notice that you're wasting all this food, but you're like, well, it was a discount. It's still wasting
fun. Rotten.
It's still wasting food if you didn't eat it.
Yeah.
So no, kid, you're seeing the bad habits with your family, and you need to recognize those and keep them with you. And when you move out, you don't repeat them. That's oh my god, I so feel this because it's just like so frustrating. I'm like, I don't like fucking cake, but cake is offered all the time. Not the asshole. Maybe start adding up the price of everything she buys that no one eats, and after a month, post it on the fridge door. Name it "wasted food budget." Might open your dad's eyes, especially in today's economy. Yeah, you're not wrong for not wanting to eat cake, but like you like what you like, and moldy food should be thrown out as soon as it's noticed. However, complaining about expired food is silly. It's not expired. It's just at the best by date. I don't know if I believe you.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that either.
Yeah, a lot of it is if it's mold on it, it's mold. It's gone. Right. Bad. I mean, she can buy cupcakes if she wants, but no way you have to eat cake if you don't want to. Since you're a teenager, it sounds like the perfect time to start taking this aspect of your life more in hand. Since your mom sounds like she might not be that receptive, maybe start with your dad. Ask him to explain how he and your mom budget for food. Ask him to take you grocery shopping. Start cooking meals if you haven't already. If he says that that's your mom's domain and you think she'll just shut you out, then try not to criticize her, but instead make a budget and shopping plan for a weekly shop yourself and ask her what she thinks of it. Frame it as trying to get ready to be an independent adult.
Yeah.
Tie it to a homework project if you think it will help. Ask if you can try out your plan in an upcoming week. If you don't, phrase it as as her being bad at it, even
Yeah.
if she truly is, she might be more on board.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you have to like bring her along with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would phrase it that way too. Like, I need to be an adult and I need to figure out how to buy food and stuff like that. And I want to buy the food that I want to eat, Mom. So like, can you help me like come up with a budget and I can buy those foods and I'm going to cook. I'll cook for us.
Yeah.
I will cook for us, Mom and Dad. I will make the dinners for the whole week.
Sometimes the child has to be the adult.
Yeah.
If the adults aren't adulting.
They are not being.
I'm sorry that your adults aren't adulting for you.
They are not adulting. Oh my God. So that's all we got.
Well, this was fairly fresh. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. They're never going to remember that you don't like cake.
No, they aren't. I'm sorry.
And you're just going to have to come up with some creative ways around this. And you should definitely move out as soon as you can. Move out, trust me. But yeah, any other thoughts?
Good luck.
Good fucking luck.
Start preparing for your exit now.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but a lot of times kids end up being the adults in the house.
Yeah.
And that's because people, like parents, weren't parented when they were kids, and then they didn't learn how to be adults, and they just ended up having children, and then keep doing like bad habits over and over again, and passing them on to their children. So good on you for recognizing it. Don't do those behaviors.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. Yeah. Okay. Was that it? That is it. So thanks for watching. Let me stop the screen. Yeah. So you pushed me all the way over here. God. Thanks for watching. If you do watch this on the replay, otherwise you're going to watch the clips of it, which I'll have on YouTube very shortly after today's. I'll do some editing. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to us judge people's lives and give our opinion, our very biased opinion, but I think mostly right opinion. At least that's what the comments seem to agree with us in terms of all the things that we said. So yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. What?
It was fun.
It was fun. We will see you next week for another batch of Am I the Asshole? Actually, next week, we're going to do relationship advice. So we'll see you guys for that. All right. Later. Peace.